And this is Michael.
Hello.
He's my, mini me. He's like, it's me.
Me.
It's me.
You.
Me. It's me.
You. Me.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so we are here today because we have an obsession. And our obsession is with what?
Kale chips.
Kale chips. Oh my goodness. They're so delicious.
Delicious.
Right? And the thing is that it's kale. So you'd be like, kale's not that good. Kale's kind of bitter. It's like, it's not that good, but holy cow, does it make delicious chips. It makes really, really good chips. So we've been making kale chips for a long time now, and normally we make them in the oven. So what we do is, the process that I'm going to show you how we make them, normally what we would do is we would do that, and then we would bake them in the oven for about 10 minutes at like 325, 350, 375, and they make like these chips. And they're good.
Yes.
But they have like little kind of brown caramelized crispy bits on them. So I've just got a dehydrator, and if you will move just for 1 second, I can show the nice folks at home. My dehydrator, ooh, fancy. Look how fancy. I know. Thank you, Vanna White. You're an excellent Vanna White. So it's very fancy. And I know, get in the shot. There you go. There you go. And it actually has 5 layers. I don't know if you can see them, but it has 5 layers. So you can make a lot of kale chips in here. And what's great about the dehydrator is that it makes, like, your kale chips are more like even and less, okay, now you can go back, and less, your kale chips are more even and less sort of like with brown spots on them. They're more like sort of evenly crispy across the board. They're quite wonderful. So making kale chips is really easy. This is kale.
This is kale, as you can see. This is a piece of kale.
And basically all you have to do is tear these little, they have like little individual leaves on them. You just tear them off like that, right? This one can do it. Easy. No problem.
Easy.
Once you're done tearing off all your little leaves, then what you're going to do is wash them. So what I do usually is I soak them in a bowl of water like this. So I would have him tear them leaves, put them in there. Then I would fill this up with water and let them soak in there for a little while and get the, like, all the dirt or whatever is on them. Then what I would do is I would take the leaves, drain them, and then I would put them in my salad spinner to get them nice and dry. You don't, this middle part, you don't want because it's really chewy and it's not very good. So you don't want the middle part. You can get rid of that. Thank you, Mr. Thorough.
Yes.
So now what I've done is I've washed these and spun them dry in my salad spinner. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the stuff that makes them delicious. Okay, so the first thing we're going to add is some olive oil. The thing is, you need only a tiny bit of this, like maybe a tablespoon. This is an entire head of kale, and you only need like maybe about a tablespoon. Like, you need so little oil on there. It's pretty impressive. So these are really, really, really healthy because not only do they have kale in them, but there's almost no fat in them. They're super healthy. So you get in there, my friend, and like mix that up. Mix it up, mix it up. Then we're going to add, you can add whatever, that's the main thing that you need to do. Then we're going to add whatever it is, whatever flavors that you like on your kale chips. We like garlic.
Yes.
Whoa.
Garlic.
So we're putting some of that in there. We like salt. Salt is important. So delicious. So doesn't that smell amazing? So there's some salt. We're going to put some salt in there. We like a little pepper. Doo-doo-doo. Right?
Pepper.
And the last thing that we always like to add is nooch. Now, nooch is nutritional yeast, and it looks like this. It looks like kind of a yellow flaky thing. Smell it.
That's the thing I like.
Right, he loves nooch. And so it kind of has this sort of nutty, kind of cheesy kind of smell. Even though there's no nuts or cheese in it, it's completely vegan.
I've had it before.
I know, it's really good. So you just want to put like a little bit of sprinkles of that in there, and that's really good. And now the last thing that we're going to do is I'm going to actually get in there with my hands, and I'm going to massage the kale. We're going to give the kale a little massage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome to the kale spa.
That's right. The kale had a really hard day, and so we're just going to give it a little massage.
Yes. Since it was tore up into pieces.
Exactly, since it was ripped off of its stems and torn into pieces.
Yes.
So basically that just like sort of makes sure that all the oil is distributed on all of the leaves and make sure all the seasonings are distributed and stuff. And so you'll know it's good because you'll see the leaves are all kind of glossy looking. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our thing. So this is one of the things of my dehydrator, the top shelf of my dehydrator. And you can help me do this. I'm just going to kind of lay the leaves out on here like this, right? Just like that. Lay them out. Yeah. You don't want to crowd them. The kale doesn't like to be crowded when it's in the spa.
Yeah.
Right? So just lay it out like that so it's in a single layer, right? Perfect. And then what I'll do is I'll give you this one that's empty, right? And then you can start to load that one up too. So we have enough kale here that it'll probably be all 5 layers on our dehydrator, and that's it. Then you're basically done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load these into the dehydrator. It's going to take about 2 hours for them to get into the form of chips. They're going to shrink to probably almost half their size. They get a lot smaller. They all shrink down because all the water goes out of them. And that's it. That's how you make kale chips. And then you get to eat them. And that's the best part.